that what she deserves?
Chapter 1. Earlier that day. Maria. Nobody likes waking up to the sound of screaming. It's disconcerting, not to mention alarming. But it's a sound I know well. And as I jump out of my bed and rush towards the distress piercing the early morning stillness, it's hard to believe that I was sleeping peacefully only a moment ago. A quick glance at my bedside clock tells me it is not even 5 a.m. yet, although I could have guessed that from the lack of sunlight coming through the curtains. If all had gone well, then I would have slept for another hour at least before my alarm was due to stir me from my slumber and signal the start of a new day. But who needs an alarm clock when you have a 6-year-old daughter who suffers with night terrors? Reaching my daughter's bedroom while doing well not to bump into any walls or door frames in my sleepy state, I rushed towards my youngest in her bed, already uttering words designed to calm her down. "Penny! It's okay. Mummy's here. Shh now," I soothed. "It's just a bad dream. Come on, what's the matter?" I sit on the edge of her bed and grab one of her hands, not simply to comfort her, but also to stop her from lashing out at me, as she has sometimes been known to do if she hasn't quite woken up from whatever nightmare is tormenting her. But she is awake, and as the screaming stops, a faint whimpering replaces it, before she's trembling in my arms as I hold her vulnerable body and kiss the top of her soft hair. "It's okay, darling. Everything's going to be okay," I say, repeating a mantra I have said many times to her and my other child, Edward, who is 3 years older than his sister and has thankfully passed that stage where he wakes up in the night and needs one of his parents. Edward is sleeping in his own bedroom, or at least I hope he is, although I wouldn't be surprised if all the noise coming from his little sister's room has woken him. But I'll go and check on him in a moment. For now, Penny is getting all my attention. "Do you want to tell me what it was?" I ask, inviting her to share with me the cause of her distress. In the past, her nightmares have consisted of monsters under the bed, dragons at her window, and some weird flying thing that she struggled to describe, but which she told me had got stuck in her hair, causing her to insist that she urgently needed a haircut as soon as she woke up. But it seems that today's bad dream will remain a mystery. Penny just shakes her head while remaining snuggled in my chest, so I let her know that she doesn't have to tell me if she doesn't want to, before suggesting that she have a go at falling back to sleep. "Will you stay with me?" Penny asks as she rests her head back on her pillow. And I tell her that I'll stay, so she can close her eyes and feel safe again. I give it 10 minutes before I hear her soft, breathy snores, and now I can relax because my little girl is at peace once again. Until the next nightmare. After leaving her bedroom, I poke my head into Edward's room and see my son curled up on his mattress with the duvet crumpled up on the floor beside his bed. He's always had a habit of getting too hot in the night and kicking it off, which is the exact opposite of how I sleep. I like to be wrapped up and warm if I'm to stand any chance of getting a good night's rest. But a good night's rest is not what the gods have decreed for me on this particular occasion, because even though I get back into my own bed and attempt to snatch a few more minutes of sleep, it just isn't happening. Try as I might, I can never switch off my overactive brain once I've been woken up. So I already know that my aim of further sleep is a futile endeavour. It's been that way for as long as I can remember. It takes me ages to fall asleep, and unless I get lucky and make it all the way to dawn without being disturbed, I won't get my 8 hours. As a child, I would lie in my bed and stare up at the ceiling while imagining all sorts of wonderful things, like which toys I would play with the next day, as well as reflecting on all the games I had played the day before.
Para seguir escuchando este audiolibro gratuitamente, haz clic en el enlace de la descripción y podrás escucharlo completo sin coste gracias a la prueba de 30 días de Audible.